Guys, so we're going to trace all of the features, or we're going to need to trace all of the features here, but that is quite a bit of work, and what we don't want to do is we don't want to spend ages and ages tracing only to find that our components won't fit inside our shape. Okay, so before we start the trace, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a circle tool. Oh, sorry, before we even go that far, let's just check that we're on our right sketch. So we said we were going to turn that one off, didn't we? And we said we're working on my drawing. So we're now editing my drawing. So that's a right click. We can either double click on it and you'll see it wakes up, or we can right click on it and say that we want to edit it. Okay, so we're going to need a circle, so I'm going to press my C for circle tool or come up to the top and choose it from my pencil box, and I'm going to drag out a circle that needs to be 20 mm wide. Now that's a fixed size because that's the size of our button cell. We cannot make things any smaller than that. Well, that looks like that's going to fit in there quite easily with plenty of space, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, but we also need to draw in our LED. Okay, so I'm just going to move that off of there for the time being, and then on the right hand side I'm going to draw 3 rectangles. The first rectangle I'm going to click, and it's going to do that there. The first one I'm going to click and drag out, and I want to type in 5 wide, press tab, 7 high, or do it the other way around, 7 high, tab, 5 wide, it doesn't matter. And there's my first rectangle. I then want to use my rectangle tool again, and I want to draw, this time I want to have 1 high and 6. Oh goodness, is it 6 or is it 7? Let me just check. That's not very good, Mr. Wilson. It's 6, not 7. Okay, so it's 1 tab 6. Okay. Oh, what happened there? That didn't work. Let's undo that and try that one again. Rectangle tool, click to start to drag it out, and it's 1 tab 6. Press enter. There you go. That's a little tiny, sort of tiny little thing. And then we're going to press our rectangle tool again for the third and final time. And we're going to drag out this time, and we want it to be 30 high. In fact, 30 or 28 even is just enough. Press tab and 1 in the other direction. Now there's quite a lot of things going on here. It's starting to look quite busy and a bit difficult maybe to see. So let's just zoom in and have a look at this. This one is 5 by 7, that's fine. This one is 6 by 1, and the final one is 28 by 1. To hide some of this information, I'm just going to come into my what's known as my sketch palette, and I can turn off the dimensions. That makes it a bit clearer straight away. I can turn off the constraints, or at least hide them from view. That also makes it a bit easier to see. Because what I now want to do is I want to join these 3 together to give me the outline shape of my LED. So I need to join the center of that line to the center of that line, and then the center of that to the center of that one. Okay, so up in my pencil box at the top, if I look to the, I've got my drawing tools here in my drawing pencil box, but I've also got what are called constraints. If I find the one that looks like a triangle, it's for finding the midpoint, or it joins the midpoint to another midpoint. So if I click that, and then I click this line, and then I click this line, boom, look what happens, joins together. And if I then click that line with this one, which I might need to zoom in a little bit for, it's going to join the midpoint of those. Now that's my LED shape right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and press save and click OK, so I don't lose that, or hopefully don't lose that. And I'm just going to grab around here and I'm going to right click and say that I want to make a selection set. Okay, and that just means that if we want to select this later on, it's a little bit easier to do so, and we won't hopefully have sort of the parts coming apart and all of that kind of thing. So now we've got our canvas and we've got our LED, our button cell, and we've got our LED. So we're going to do a quick save again, and then on the next video we're going to move these into place and start doing our tracing. All right, well done.